And welcome to the final part of Let's Play Dynamite Headdy, and we are taking off against the Super Finagulator, whatever it's called. They explain what the thing is in the ending credits, so that's how I know what it stands for. Here you probably want to, unless you're an idiot, you probably want to go grab the hammerhead. If you get the fat head, you're dead. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You will die. These weird little things will try to keep you from pushing these things up. You can kill them with the hammerhead to get secret bonus point. Just move fast. That's the best thing I can say for getting past them. I know that doesn't really sound all that helpful, but in my experience, there's no real strategy to it. If you move fast enough, you'll clear them before they can really screw you over. Anyway, this section's pretty easy. Occasionally, Troll Bruin from his machine will shoot a energy ball at you. It's not too much of an issue, but just be mindful of your surroundings. And we're coming to the second half of this level. Again, pick the hammerhead. You can choose the small head and take that path. It's easier, but I always prefer going this way. Yeah, but you can get 2 extra lives there, so especially if you're low on lives, it can be useful. Anyway, I thought that gave me a secret bonus point, but never mind. And we're done with the level. See, that wasn't too hard. Now, you'd think we'd fight it right here, you know, a proper boss fight, but, no. It's a cutscene instead. So, a red orb falls to the ground, and the whole thing starts going berserk. Okay, this is kind of ridiculous, but I'll go along with it. Oh, far trick. Ha 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 ha. This game likes to think it's clever. Anyway, this is the penultimate level. After this is the final boss. This is also the most annoying secret bonus point in the game. In order to get it, you have to go through this entire level without Trouble Bruin touching you once. If he touches you, he'll hold on to you and restrict your movement. You can get him off by attacking him repeatedly. You can't kill him though. No matter how many times you hit him, he will not die. So you basically just have to deal with him until the level's over with. This level will keep going for a while until it reaches a certain point. It's like the previous Trouble Bruin boss fight in Act 6, where he was shooting those rocket things at us. It's kind of like that, where he got stopped by the literal stop sign. Just the only thing that can really hurt you are the lasers. Unfortunately, when Troll Bruin grabs onto you like that, they're kind of hard to not get hit by. There is a banana later on. I believe there is a banana right at the end of the level. If not, then I'm mistaken, but how did I not get hit by that laser? I don't know, I'm not complaining, but you know. And we're done with the level. It's not too hard. It's just, this level's more annoying than it is hard. Oh, you know, the banana was at the beginning of the level. Okay. My memory's too bad. I like that moving background, though. You don't see too much of it, but, I have no idea what that title's a reference to. Oh, it's Heather, and she's just another damsel in distress. Great. Anyway, this is the final boss, and how hard this guy is depends on your tactics. Basically what he does is, his attack will be based on whatever color is in his orb. And you get a choice of heads you can use to sort of counter it. The thing is, it moves so fast that it can be difficult to react to, so what I like to do is actually pause the game and kind of figure out what I want to do from there. Some people will say that's cheating, or it's cheap and unfair, but I counter with this because some of the things he has are just so difficult to avoid unless you specifically know that they're coming up. Like, there's one coming up next, which is like a giant fuck you laser. That unless you know right away that you're going to get hit by it, you're not going to avoid it. So I have no problem just pausing ahead of time to see what he's going to do next. Now, how do you know which color does what? Well, that's really up to personal experience. The ones to watch out for are the fuck you laser, which is the glowing orb, and the other one's the wall, when the wall drops in. It doesn't show up yet, but it shows up towards the end of this fight. I do remember that. But other than that, if it's not one of those, feel free to go with the hammerhead if it's available. Well, for this head's probably the best, but you know, hammerhead's never, it'll never steer you wrong. And we got more fuck you lasers. Now, Dark Demon, which is his name, doesn't really have a lot of health. He goes down pretty fast, so just be vigilant and keep up your strategy, and you should be able to deal with him. I'm making him look easy, but he kicked my ass pretty hard the first time I played the game. Also, that laser will do, like, well over half your health, so don't even think you can tank it. Yeah, this time I went with the hammerhead, though. I probably should have went with the other one. I do really love this music here. I mean, I don't have much else to say about it otherwise, but, you know, it's a pretty good piece. Okay, here it is. No, that's the wall, something else. That barrier can be destroyed with the hammerhead, but it's very difficult to actually destroy it without getting hit by his energy balls. I believe this is the wall. Yes. If you are not careful, this thing will probably kill you. It's not an insta-kill, but it deals like 75% of your health and damage. And you pretty much have to be the mini-head to not get killed by this. You can fit into one of those small holes, but they're not guaranteed to appear. You won't always get one. In fact, they're pretty rare. I got lucky that one of those actually appeared. So, and weapons, if you don't see one of those bigger slots and the wall comes down and you don't have the mini head, well, you're fucked. That's about it. So like I said, that's why I like use the pause trick. It's not that pause trick. I'm not playing Mega Man 3 or anything. And he's down. And we beat him. In the Japanese version, this thing, I think his name is Smiley, had a lot bigger impact on the game. I don't remember what exactly. I only played the translated version once. What is Smiley doing there just dancing around like that? Does he think he's going to get in on some of that? I hope not. Though someone's probably already written something about that, knowing the internet. And we have an ending sequence. I like how they're actually taking apart the stage. Because, you know, the whole thing is a play. Yeah, I know it's not anything clever, but it is cute. This ending track's pretty underrated. As far as this game's soundtrack goes. Well, then again, this game is also underrated itself, so does that make it double underrated? I don't know. And there's the castle. Actually, there's something coming up here I actually want to comment on. It's not important or anything, it just confuses me. You see that thing right there? That's Trouble Brewing. He's coming down and he fits his head on top of this. I don't get what this is supposed to mean. Like, there's no sequel to this game. This is the only game in its series. Well, there really isn't even a series. So I'm like, what is the point of that? I don't really get it. I don't think the Japanese version ever explained it either. It's just there. I guess it was supposed to be a tie-in if a sequel were to happen, but since it never did, And we have a curtain call. I like curtain calls. I think my favorite curtain call ever in a game is probably Shining Force. But Donkey Kong Country 2 also comes pretty close. And you get to see all the various enemies in the game. Not that that's anything special, but and at least you get to know what they're actually called instead of just giving them random names. It's not exactly super if it went down one hit, is it? Because then you should probably get your money back from that. From whoever Dark Demon paid his money to. Is it like Acme where like everything they make is junk? I wouldn't be too surprised. I like that the Sky Battleship got dropped in its animation. It just was a little thing that amuses me. I don't get why he's called Tarot, because he doesn't have any cards, unless there's another meaning to the word tarot that I don't get, and therefore I'm making myself look like an uncultured idiot. Which is certainly possible, knowing me. Isn't Julian a guy's name? Like, isn't Julia the female version and Julian the male version? Maybe that was a typo. Still my favorite boss in the game. He's too fabulous. Actually, watching this really made me notice how good the sprite quality in this game is. like, these sprites are huge. I mean, you know, some people say, well, what's the big deal with that? But, like, a lot of games like this usually don't have sprites this big. They're usually fairly small and contained, which kind of makes Dynamite Headdy stand out from the crowd a little bit, which I appreciate. Fuck you! No, seriously. Fuck you! That's all I have to say on that asshole. And we, for some reasons, go through all Trouble Brune's different forms. Even the one we never fought, which that floating platform was. The Flying Scythe battle took way too long for my taste. That was the Wheeler Dealer was my favorite of the fights against Trouble Brune. And I'm not even a huge fan of shoot 'em ups, but I actually enjoyed that part. Well, it's not that I dislike shoot 'em ups; it's that I'm bad at them, like comically bad. If you think a lot of people think I'm pretty good at platformers, but as good as I am at this genre, I am really bad at shoot 'em ups. So, yeah, don't expect to see any shoot 'em ups on this channel. I'm sorry, if that's what you were hoping for. I just hope that you're thinking with the right head, Eddie. And now the credits finally roll. I guess if I'm going to actually do a proper review on the end of this game while I have the time, and these credits do go on for a little while. I've still got like over 10 minutes left in the video. Dynamite Headdy is a game I played a lot in my childhood, and I really like it a lot. Do I like it as much as some of my all-time favorites? No. This game does have some problems, as in the difficulty in the latter half of the game is too high for my tastes. I can still beat this game no problem, but that's because I'm experienced with it. Like, I know the ins and outs of the game. If I didn't know them, I probably wouldn't be as lenient as I am towards the game. It's like, I think a fairer comparison is like, a game like Rise Star is much more fair in the late game difficulty, even though Rise Star does get pretty hard later on. And I actually do want to LP Rise Star one day. And some of the power-ups with the heads were kind of useless, and some of them were really underutilized. But on the positive side, I thought that the level design was fun. It wasn't really wide open, it was pretty narrow and linear, but I still feel like it was a good kind of linear. It always kept you going, and you never really felt bored. But at the same time, you never really felt like you were being handheld either. The graphics are nice. They're especially for a Sega Genesis game, they're beautiful and full of color and life, and it's all vibrant. It's not like dull or gray or earthy or anything like that, like some other games that will remain nameless. Those of you who know me know what I'm talking about. The music is probably the weakest part of the game, even though I still think that the music for Dynamite Headdy is fantastic, and certainly not bad in any way. It's just I think when taking into account Dynamite Headdy's strengths and weaknesses, I think the music comes up a bit on the short end of the stick. But I still like it a lot. Especially like this credits theme. It does make good use of the Genesis sound chip, and it sounds a lot better than some really early Genesis games that have that annoying twang. But yeah, I feel like this is the kind of game that really could have benefited from a proper sequel. Like, you know, make some of the power-ups better, you know, make the difficulty a bit more fair, and tighten up on some of the other weaker aspects of the game, and you would have a fantastic sequel. Unfortunately, that never happened. a shame, but that's how it goes. Some of the best games are not really whole franchises, but, you know, just single games. And that's perfectly fine. I don't mind that. I'm not even going to make that reference. Yeah, you know, some of my favorite games come from like a long series of a franchise that has a lot of games, but other times some of my favorite games are just single games that pop up out of nowhere and take you by surprise. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just you kind of wish that this game, the formula for this game could have had a chance to really shine through. I don't really think this is a formula that could last several games. I think this is the kind of thing where it could have used a sequel and no more. Like a Dynamite Headdy 2 would, I think, be a lot better. And I think this game's really, really good already. I'm not going to rate it out of 10 because I don't really care to do that. It's not that I don't believe in it, it's just I think a lot of people tend to give me shit over it, so I don't really bother doing it anymore. But yeah, overall, Dynamite Headdy, I think it's a fantastic game. If you're willing to deal with some difficulty in the latter stages of it, I'd absolutely recommend the game. Is it my favorite Genesis game? No, Sonic 3 Knuckles still takes that honor. But as far as platformers go, just rating 16-bit platformers, it's definitely up there. Not as good as 3 Knuckles or Mario World or, you know, Mega Man X, but, you know, I still think this is a game absolutely worth playing. I think we're right at the end of this credit sequence. Thank you. I wasn't exactly sure if I'd have enough to say to actually get me through this. I didn't want to have to, like, spend, like, 8 minutes being completely silent through the credits. So. Back when Sega didn't suck. Those were the days. Back when they actually made products that went through beta testing. A long, long, long time ago. Probably before any of you were born. And they list all the secret bonus points that you did or didn't get. I was not going for all of them. I'm sorry, it's just, I got all the secret bonus points once in my life. I'm never doing that ever again. That wasn't even fun. I normally have fun when I play this game, but that was just tedious. I hated it. So I told myself I'm not going to do that when it comes to this game, because I actually want to enjoy this game, and enjoy recording it, and enjoy commentating over it, not just sitting there doing tedious task after tedious task just to fulfill some OCD obsession. I like 100%ing games, but, you know, if it's not fun, it's not fun. That's what I hate about some games, where they put in a whole bunch of tasks, but they don't bother to make them interesting or related to, like, the main theme and flow of a game. So it just really feels tacked on, and it's not all fun. I think I did get over half the secret bonus points, though. I think I got at least half. Let's see how many. Stage 9. Oh, right. I for some reason I thought the final boss in stage. No, I got my acts mixed up. Don't worry about it, viewers. Yeah, I only missed 15, so that's not too bad, I guess. I'm sure someone's gotten a higher score than me before on this. know why they require you to press start. They could just keep going without you. Anyway, I got all the secret bonus points. 3 of them I got off screen because, you know, I didn't want to sit there and waste time. But if you get all 4, then this happens. Anyway, you get to put in your secret number. Mine was, well, you'll see it in a second. This code is randomized for each playthrough. I think when the game starts up, it's when it decides it. So, don't think you can use my code, and he'll help you out. It won't. Unless you get insanely lucky. But, but that'd be 1 out of, 10,000 chance for that to happen. Anyway, this is what happens if you get all the secret digits. You get an extra boss fight. For this, you have unlimited lives, so don't worry about it, but do not get hit. The money these guys are throwing hurts. Really, really, really badly. My suggestion for not getting hit is to sort of jump through it. For whatever reason, it works a lot better than trying to navigate it any other way. Is it just me, or does that money look like you have the exact same pattern as Woodman in Mega Man 2? No, it's just me. Anyway, when you kill those 2, you finally can attack the boss. This guy will throw money like this. You can just move to the side of the screen and not worry about it. I think it'll only take 3 hits of the money, and that's it. So yeah, don't get hit. Is this little thing worth all the effort it takes to get the secret digits? No, not really. In fact, I ignore this more often than not when I play the game. So if you're not really that worried about it, and if you think this looks really underwhelming, then I don't blame you. You can safely ignore it. I don't know if you can actually access this by guessing the secret digit or not. I've never bothered to try it. I mean, that would be really difficult to try anyway. To get through the whole game and guess it and then be more likely than not be wrong. Because you'd have 1 out of 10,000 chance to be right. I don't know. Anyway, you keep that going and he's dead. I don't know what this is supposed to be a reference to. And that's the end of Dynamite Headdy. I'll see you guys when I decide to do my next LP.